Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions. My name is Chris Fricchio, and I am here with Jeff Chorney.
What up, everyone?
And Jason. Wait, you're not Jason.
Hold up, wait, what?
Who's this?
Nobody told
Who's this
me.
guy?
I'm not Jason.
Actually, Nathan, I don't even know your last name. What's your last name?
Lockhart, actually.
Lockhart.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Tifa
I like
Lockhart.
to refer to him as
Nathan's
Mr. Negative 20%.
Listen, we were meant to be together, okay?
So Nathan is summing in for us. You may have seen Nathan if you watched our fantasy critic draft. I'm sure we'll get in a little bit of poking on that later.
Yay, I get poked.
I don't know if we can reach far down that
far. I don't know. I'm kind of middle of the pack right now because I still only have 2 games out. But
sure. Don't worry, I'll reach up and meet you in the middle.
But yeah, we're gonna do some. We'll go around and do intros. We'll let Nathan introduce himself. We got some distractions, and then we got I think we have a question from Amy, and then a bit of news. So, but yeah, Nathan, why don't you introduce yourself and tell me what's going on, man? How are you doing this week?
I'm doing good, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I am really excited to be here. I've been listening for a good while, like couple years now, so I'm not like a long-term listener, but when I met Jeff and then I heard he had a podcast, I listened and I was like, dude, you guys are awesome. Like,
I
for
appreciate
real,
that.
I'm very picky about what podcasts I listen to, and genuinely,
you can't be that picky if you're listening to us. Like,
I listen to Kind of Funny, and I listen to Interaction Distractions, and then some Gamer Social Club on the side. But like Game Scoop, yeah, no, sorry, can't do it.
Well, you for those listening, because we've had Fraser on the show before.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Nathan and Fraser were co-hosts of the Gamer Social Club podcast when they were doing a weekly podcast.
Yes.
So we've always wanted to get Nathan on as well. Just timing has never worked out for.
Yeah.
Whenever we've done a 2-man show, it's always last minute.
Yeah.
So, and we have a thing where whenever we have 4 people on, our shit never works.
Yeah.
Especially
like
this program.
This program does not work. Like the program we're using right now does not work with 4 people. I don't know why, but it'll last like 20 minutes and then it just shuts down. And yeah, it's horrible.
Try Discord. We had 8 people one time.
Oh God.
It was chaos and it never aired. But yeah, no. So I used to do that podcast, and that was a lot of fun. Hopefully, me and Fraser can get back to it one day. It's kind of hard to make anything happen when you're working night shift, but
yeah, I hear that.
So yeah, I'm a truck driver, and I got 2 kids, 1 more on the way.
Nice,
a couple
congrats.
Of dogs. Thank you.
I think I knew that. Did I know that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I got.
I think because it was. I think we talked about that at the draft. Yeah. Is that right?
Yep.
So. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Her name will be Mayel, based off. The big inspiration for that one was the end of Act 2. So that whole scene with the mother coming up with the name, like, oh my gosh, it brought me to tears. I'm like, tell you what, if I ever have another girl, that's going to be the name. And lo and behold, the same year. So, as far as who I am as a gamer, I really like, my favorite games of all time is Mass Effect Trilogy.
That's
and
fair.
Halo plays a huge role in my life. That's one of my originals, but top 5 of all time is definitely, I got Last of Us Part 2 in there. I've got Witcher 3. So I'm pretty versatile in games I like. But Mass Effect's definitely my favorite.
Awesome. Anything you want to talk about for this week? Anything interesting going on?
As far as what's been going on and like games I've been playing?
No, just in general, outside of games. Anything interesting going on? In general,
outside of games. Shit, dude. Man, I've been doing a lot
2
of
kids, 1 on the
stuff.
way might not be much, right? So.
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, dude. I got this promotion at my job, and
nice, congrats.
Thank you. So it's taken me getting a lot of extra responsibilities at work, and I'm doing all of the training.
That's
I get that.
Yeah, it's been eventful. Let me put it that way. I'm trying to think of just a fun story off the top of my head, but that's primarily what I've been dealing with. And then let's see, as far as babies go, man, it's getting prepped. It's getting ready. I had to go out to Kentucky all week this week, so I came home and the house is just absolute chaos and disaster. I bought Pragmata for the Switch 2 so I could take it with me and play it down in Kentucky. The first time ever that I bought a game on the Switch over any other console, just on release, you know what I mean? Like, that was a weird decision for me, but I wanted it to be portable, so I was like, let's go. And funny enough, I didn't end up getting to play it while I was in Kentucky. I was like driving crazy hours, dude. But yeah, no, I came back and like the house is just crazy work. So it's just been keeping head above water amongst all the day-to-day chaos. So
I get it.
But good as stuff, far as oh no, sorry, we don't get into games yet. My bad.
Right, we'll get there.
It's my first time listening, apparently.
It's all good. Well, welcome, Geoff. What's up with you, man? How are things going?
Not too much, man. This weekend's been kind of chill. It's the NBA playoffs started. Raptors went down 0-2 against the Cavs, so I was pissed off and ragey. And they came home to play 2 games in Toronto, and they've actually won both. So now it's tied 2-2.
Nice. Okay.
So now there's hope that they can maybe win this series. They won today by like 2 points. It was so close game today. It was nuts. But yeah, that's about it. And other than that, just kind of just chilling, kind of doing things around the condo when I can. And yeah, Tanya's not feeling the best this weekend, so she hasn't been up to much. So that basically means I'm not up to much. So got to play. I'd like to say I played a bunch of games, but in reality, that didn't really happen. So
yeah, dude, that Drake bomb that happened last week to you, that was insane.
The which? Sorry,
the explosion that you were talking about.
Ball, yeah, the bomb.
That was absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, fucking Drake.
Let's see what's going on for me. Yesterday. Or not yesterday, but Friday. Today is Sunday. Friday was technically my last day of work. I am retained until June 1st, but I'm using up all of my vacation. So I basically have the next month off. Job search is going well. I think I should have something to announce. Not really announce, but I think I have something
kind of announced. Yeah.
That it's kind of announced. Hoping something will be lined up next week. So we'll see how that goes. I have a couple. I still have 2 companies that I'm still in talks with that I like interviewing with, and I'd like to see how those go. But we'll see what's going on with that later. But one of those companies is having a engineering mixer on Tuesday night. So it's in what is it called? Ponce Village, which is like a kind of a happening spot downtown. But it is downtown, so I have to drive my ass downtown to go. But more than anything, it's like I'm going with 4 of my people, and I'm going to go and just support them more than anything. Let's see. This weekend, Crystal and I went and saw Project Hail Mary. Finally, that's a great movie. I really liked it and highly suggest it. It was great. Got a lot of Martian feelings like that. I don't know if you guys have seen The Martian, but
it's a great movie.
Yeah.
It feels very similar. Martian is a fantastic movie. It is one of my favorites at this point. So highly suggested on that front too. Other than that, my smallest child is doing standardized testing this week. Basically to get it so they can get into high school. And I've spent a lot of yesterday and today helping them study for math. So lots of luckily I helped my son with math too.
And
so
complaining and I don't want to do this. And then
well, there's certainly a lot of that. Yes. and then for my daughter too. No, but yeah, luckily I help my son a lot too. So a lot of the stuff that they're doing is a little easier to deal with because he's in geometry. And right now, I think she's in like pre-algebra, essentially. So it all comes back. It's not hard. So
yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So let's talk some games. What do we want to start with? Do we want to talk Pragmata real quick? Get that one out of the way? Because I want to talk about Pragmata.
Sure. You want to talk about Pragmata?
Let's talk about Pragmata. So Geoff, you beat it, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
I finished
and Nathan, how far are you?
Night.
I'm probably towards the end of the New York section, so
Okay.
I'm still very close to the beginning.
All right. So we'll make sure that we don't spoil anything until we're until we're talking just to you and not the people.
Okay.
But yeah, I finished it today, and that game was a hell of a ride. I really enjoyed it from front to back. I think the gameplay is fantastic. I think Diana is super charming, and like her ability to get so much excitement and joy from all of these new things that she is that she's seeing for the first time. Like every time when in the game you pick up these things called REMs, and it's like random earth memory or something like that. And when you bring them back to your like base area, you can set them up, and it becomes like this like almost like holodeck projection of, you know, a particular part of Earth. And there are essentially 4 diorama areas. And like every time you get something new, you gift it to Diana, and her reaction is just so adorable and genuine and just one of joy and excitement. And it's really, really fun. Like this game is just really fantastic. I love it.
I didn't get all of those my first playthrough, and I'm so mad because I didn't get any of, because they're kind of like divided up into sets, like the 4 sets, like Chris said.
Yeah.
And when you complete a set, it actually changed the entire background, and it makes that area look so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't get, like, I only completed one of those sets kind of towards the end. I'm like, oh my God, I need to get all of these now, because just to see what it like looks like or whatever. So I actually started like a new game. Well, so this is basically the only game I played this week, because when I did finish it, I'm like, okay, I need to get something else off my backlog. So I started going down my like short list. I'm like, I haven't finished Chronos yet. Let's start Chronos over and go through that. I started playing for about 10 minutes. I'm like, I don't feel like playing.
I want to play Pragmata.
I don't feel like playing survival horror right now. Well, fuck it. So I'm like, you know what? I want to start Ragnarok again, because I haven't played Ragnarok in a while. I want to just. Okay. I only had like an hour. This is like last night. I had like an hour before like I was gonna like, you know, kind of get ready for bed, and Tony and I were gonna like watch a movie or watch TV or something like that. So I'm like, okay, let's play a little bit of Ragnarok. Needed an update and need to download something that was gonna take like 25 minutes. So I'm like, all right, fuck that, I'm not playing that. Okay, so let's try Jedi Survivors. I want to play that for a bit.
Okay, nice.
So I load up Jedi Survivors, start playing that for like 15 minutes, and I was like, I don't really want to play this right now either. So I'm like, you know what? There's still a lot I want to do in Crimson Desert. So I boot up Crimson Desert, and I'm like, what the fuck are the buttons again? I don't want to go through this again.
Oh no,
that's true. Like it's that one. Like the controls are already weird. Like trying to go back to that after playing a game with normal controls. Like, what am I doing right now?
And I was like, I do want to do this later. And then I was like, yeah, let's go through. Like, what do I want to start now? I'm like, I got it. Maybe do I start Yakuza Kiwami 2? No, it's too much. I started playing. I was like, there's a achievement I miss in Replace that's relatively early-ish. I'm like, maybe I can get that real quick. Started playing that. I'm like, I actually know the part I need is actually quite a bit further, so stop playing that. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, I just want to play Pragmata. And then I started New Game Plus Run.
Yep.
Yeah. So I started New Game Plus Run, hoping that those REMs would hold over, and you only had to get the ones you didn't get. But no, you have to get them all over again. Those are some of the things that don't transfer over, which is kind of a bummer. I'm still probably going to play through the game anyway. But anyway, I just wanted, that was like a little tangent for basically getting to me, is saying like I didn't play jack shit really besides Pragmata.
Besides Pragmata. That's okay. I didn't either. But
I'm basically with you, Chris. Like I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's going to be really high on my game of the year list for sure. It's just a game that like, it's just so heartwarming and so like, it's just good. The characters are great. There's not a lot of characters, but the ones that are in it are really good.
Yeah. The gameplay is great.
Like feels nice to play.
Yeah, it feels great to play.
Nathan,
the story is good.
Bit. Yeah, it's like, what are your impressions so far?
So far, same as your guys. I was gonna ask you, as far as the REM thing, when you started the New Game Plus, did you get like new bingo cards to unlock?
No, those carry over. So
okay,
so
that's good. Okay.
4 bingo cards in total.
I just didn't know if New Game Plus mode had brand new ones for you to unlock. If you went back and got,
there is a fifth one. There is a fifth one.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that is and I don't know if this isn't really spoiling anything, but after you finish the game, it gives you the New Game Plus option, but it also gives you like an unknown signal option.
Okay.
And basically, unknown signal, you pick up right before going to fight the boss, and it opens up this new area that you can go, and there's a bunch of new simulations that you can go into, but they're not the same as like the training ones. Like they're
Kind of
like
the VR mission
simulation
type thing.
missions, right?
Okay.
And in some of, but not all of them are unlocked right away. So the way you unlock them is either having 100% off on a given sector, or there's they basically give you harder versions of all the bosses, so you have to go and beat all the bosses again.
Okay, cool.
And then you get to go and like have these more challenge missions that you go through. But on that one, it does open up another bingo card. After you finish that first mission. The first mission, it levels up the base one more time. It gives you another bingo card, and you get a new weapon, a new heavy weapon. And from what I can tell, and it unlocks. Trying to think what else there's like new mods.
Is
and
the new heavy weapon the same
like
one you get in New Game Plus as well?
Is it the big like melee weapon?
The hammer, jackhammer.
Jackhammer,
like
yeah.
There's two. You get another. There's another heavy you get too.
Oh,
wait,
is there?
No, the one I'm thinking of is something you get from getting triple bingo, I think, in the third card. The one that shoots the shield like thing and it puts a bunch of light blue
the code generator.
Awesome. Yeah,
the code generator.
I didn't get that in the first one.
You know who that's really good against? Like Nathan, like, I'm not spoiling anything. This is good information just for playing the game. You'll get a gun called the code generator. It's one of the ones that you hit right to get to.
Yeah.
It fires like this big wave at the enemies, and it basically creates additional pass-throughs for you to do more damage with hacking. But do you know, Geoff, the big enemies that have those 4 huge shields that are out front?
Yes. Yeah.
One shot with that and all the shields are gone temporarily. Yeah.
Well, you can't really get that, like, even if Nathan wants you.
It's later in the game.
Oh, yeah.
It's later in the game. Yeah.
So, like, I'm at the part where it's like you've got like these little Titan dudes looking like from Attack on Titan, and their like face gets
big
all shielded
head.
up.
The giant baby guys. Those guys are creepy.
So,
as hell.
like, the red shield in their face. Are you talking about something
that's
different?
Similar. It's similar.
Okay.
But there's one particular enemy that you're going to run into later that literally the shields cover his entire body. And once you get the code generator, you fire one shot with the code generator, it goes through the shields and essentially like makes them malfunction for a moment, and you can go through all your hacking and just try and take
the hacking thing on that.
The shields not only make it so that it's harder for you to shoot through, but it also makes it so that you can't hack. So you use the code generator, brings that down, you can hack and go right after them. So yeah, that thing, I figured out how good that was a little too late.
Oh man. See, hearing you guys talk about this stuff when I'm only like 2 chapters into this game gets me just so freaking stoked to keep getting through this game, because already just right off the bat, it's so refreshing to go into a game that is just a simple third-person shooter, but it's not. It completely changes the entire chemistry of your brain when you are having to shoot and do these little puzzles on the side. And what you guys are describing to me is like, it just seems like every chapter you don't just got like one little new thing. You got a whole bunch of little new things on top of some big new things.
It does a really good job drip feeding you new stuff, whether it's a new weapon or like a new kind of like mechanic, but it doesn't overwhelm you with it, which is awesome. It
just stays fresh like the whole time. Yeah,
and every chapter you get to buy a new mod slot so that you can equip new mods. And like a lot of the mods are really interesting. Right now I don't really have like a build or anything right now. I'm using pretty generic mods. Like I use there's like an increased health mod, and there's like a one of the mods is that I really like that I picked up was there's an ability that you pick up later in the game where if you get thrown back and then you hit your boosters, it basically quickly stabilizes you so that you land, so you don't like fall. It'll quickly stabilize you with your thrusters. And there's a mod that if you successfully do that, you get 10% of your health back.
Damn.
So
cool.
It's
That's
like
actually
you
really
take
cool.
a big ass hit from a boss and you like catch yourself and you get 10% of the damage you just, or like 10% of your whole life back from the damage that you just had. So like there's a lot of cool stuff in this game. Like I like Capcom just drops this new IP that I just want more of, like already. Like I'm really stoked about like how all this is working. Like it's been a very long time since I finished a game, turned around and started playing more of it because I went right into the Unknown Signal stuff. And you know, it's been like, this is a dad game, guys. It really is. Like, it's really, I like Nathan. I don't know if you're feeling it, but I definitely was feeling it. And you feel it a lot at the end. You feel it a lot at the end. Oh, man.
I get that vibe here and there. I'm already starting to get it from the little bit I played this morning. I'm like starting to get that vibe a lot, especially after she tried to jump after that cat. Ever since then, it's like there's no real like. It's like, yes, you're AI, but there's just something about you that I just feel I need to protect. I love that. So yeah, I really love their dynamic there, and like you're not wrong. Like with the whole Capcom thing, you know, when it comes to Resident Evil Requiem, they freaking nailed it. I went and I platinumed that game because I could not fucking get enough. And it sounds like Jeff's having that same experience with this game where it's like, I just can't get enough. Give me more reasons, give me more challenges. You know, even with I've been playing on Switch 2. So even with Switch 2, I've got like these little achievements and I'm like, I can see this game sucking me into caring about these just because I'm like, I want more from this. And I really think that's how you need to do it. Like, can the industry please stop talking about how do we make live service endless money and all that bullshit? Like, and talk about, wow, okay, Capcom's over here fucking killing it with these two games. How, like, what are they doing right that nobody else is doing? And it's the replayability. I mean, these games are short, 12-hour, 15-hour experiences. Oh my gosh, but like we spent 30 hours into them, or like if not more.
Yeah, you put in the more hours, yeah.
Exactly. I could see myself buying Resident Evil Requiem. Gosh, I can't. Requiem over and over again throughout the upcoming years because I just want to go back and get all the trophies again.
I thought about playing that, starting that up on because I haven't played it on Switch 2 yet. So I was like, I'll play it on because I have it. Like, why not?
Just so good. But no, I mean, even with this game, going back to what you were saying about the REM stuff, Chris, and like, I hate collectibles. I really do. I hate them so much. And this game, it rewards you in so many ways because, you know, you've got that bingo card. So you get those coins. And then you're also rewarded with like growing this character attachment with her. And it feels so good. Like when I find them, I get excited. I get excited to take this back, see her reaction. What can I unlock? And I'm happy to come back to the base and do the things inside the base rather than I feel like this was put into the game because they felt like they needed more unique menu. Some games just feel like they push that, but not with Pragmata. I'm very excited to go back.
They do a good job of not making that stuff feel overwhelming. So like, when you're going into each area is divided up, like the whole game's divided up into essentially like 4 or 5 areas. And like what games will normally do is like, say like Assassin's Creed or something. Like if you hover over a certain region, it'll literally give you a list of all this shit you can do in terms of like collectibles. Like it'll be like, you found like 1 out of like 27. This game doesn't do that because each section is then divided up into the what's it called, like the tram spawn point, and then it literally just lists what is in between basically the last tram and that one, and it's just small numbers. It's like you missed 1 of these, 2 of these, and 1 of this, and it's not like a huge list, so you can like piecemeal like go through it and do it like at your leisure, and it never feels overwhelming because you get that like 100% from that little section, and then you go on. It's not like it doesn't feel like it's never ending. You're just checking stuff off, and it's just small detail. But for someone like me, and I'm assuming like Nathan, who hates collectibles for like that reason, it made me want to go out of my way and get stuff. And then when you get the ability, when you hit the X or square button, depending on what you're
when you get your scanner,
it
makes it even easier.
Everything that's close by, and like it doesn't tell you a direct path how to get there. And oh my fucking god. Did you guys know there's invisible walls in this game?
Yes.
No,
I have not found it invisible. So I was going through my achievements, and I'm like, okay, is there one for getting all the REMs? And I don't think there is one actually, which really bummed me out. But
No, you get one for completing your first diorama.
I
and
did
that's
do
it.
that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I was like going through like the achievement list, and one of them is like, and you know, you see a bunch of achievements that are like 7% of people got this, like 3% of people. I don't feel bad about not getting those. I don't give a shit. Then there's one that was like 70% of people have this, and I don't. And I'm like, what
Dude,
the fuck is a soul? What is a
there was a
hollow
pad.
wall?
There's a pad on a desk, and you pick it up, and it talks about how you can use the filament to create an invisible wall.
Oh, but that's you're expecting me to read those pads, dude.
Shit, yeah. This is like one of the first times that like I haven't read all of the pads and stuff probably since XCOM, not XCOM. Oh shit, what was it called? I don't know.
Idea.
I'm not gonna waste time. But like one of them in like I can't remember if it's the first stage or the second one, but it gives you a pad, and there's there's like one of those walls right next to the pad, and all you have to do is walk over it and press triangle, and it opens up.
I wonder if I've passed that pad then, because I kind of skimmed them, and some of them I definitely started reading them more towards the mid to the end game, because because
a lot of it is story related. There's a lot of lore in there.
Yeah. They do a good job of like Hugh and Diana talking to kind of go over the important bits, but there's like little details I kind of wanted to get. And that's probably one of the only things that's kind of like a light gripe. Like a lot of the story is very predictable. That doesn't mean it was executed badly, though. I thought like how it played out was really, really good. There's one specific thing that if like I wouldn't be surprised if like 90% of the people did not see something happening like right away. I'll have to ask Nathan once he gets there. He might have actually even got to that. No, there's no way he's gotten to that part yet. But anyway, yeah, that's all that shit makes it so easy. It's just to find everything. So that's like, I think I will just play through it and just try to go through all this stuff and get as much.
I did. Before I went and fought the boss, actually, before I even went to the last area, I actually went and got 100% on everything before on the other areas before I went to the last area.
Nice.
And that was super helpful, because I was able to max out my gun, and I was able to. That's another thing. There's two things that I want to touch base on. So, you do get a different primary weapon, like chargeable weapon later on.
Oh, nice. Good.
Did you use that, Jeff?
A lot, yeah.
Did you? I didn't.
Yeah. No,
I didn't.
Really?
Really?
Not at all.
It's really good because I had my build up against heat, building up the heat. So just like cripple, and that gun is amazing for building.
Yeah, the gun is great for heating.
Yeah.
So the problem that I had is that it was a recharge weapon, and it because it's more like an assault rifle, Nathan. It's not. It's more of a rapid fire type of weapon.
Cool.
And you can max them. It maxes out at like 24 rounds. And if you blow through all those 24 rounds, it takes a very, very, very long time to charge back up. And when I think about the way I play shooters, I'm more methodical with my shots anyway. So like when I'm playing Destiny, I always main a scout rifle. Like
the DMR type
high
stuff.
damage, high damage, slow output. So I use the little grip gun the whole time.
Yeah.
Until I found a mod after I beat the game. So after you beat the game and you start doing the unknown signal stuff, there's a mod that when you successfully complete a hack, it automatically recharges your primary weapon. So it's like unload primary weapon, hack. Unload primary weapon. It's like your reload. It was great. It was great. But one of the things that we were talking about was the scanner and making it a lot easier to find everything. The one problem I have is that it doesn't tell you how many weapon upgrades are in a specific area. Like, I want to know that information. I want to know if I missed any weapon upgrades. Because like the weapon upgrade units they're like the little cubes that you can pick up.
They come in the caches.
They come in caches, or they could just be laying around. So when you scan, it does show up on the scanner, but you never get a count of how many there are. So that was one thing I wish they would add. But other than that, like, this game has just been a blast to play from start to finish. I think he was great. I think Diana is fantastic, and it's just a really great job.
Yeah, that's actually something else we were talking about in the Gamer Social Club Discord the other day, Jeff, was the exploration in games and stuff. I remember Steve talking about really liking it, and I was saying I'm not really all about exploration in games. When a game is all about just exploration, I start to tune out. This is but Steve came back with like, oh, I really love going through the beaten path, going on the beaten path and finding an upgrade. And that's the kind of shit that I do love. Like with this game, it is that thing of anytime I see a cache out of the corner of my eyes or I see it behind this glass, oh shit, how do I get back to that? Because I really want that.
Yeah, they really entice you with the stuff behind the glass too.
Yes, it's so rewarding. It's so worth it to take your time, find it, get around it. Because when I sit here and I talk smack on exploration, I specifically think of Starfield and how I've spent 30 minutes walking on a planet to find a cave that had absolutely
nothing,
dog shit in it. And I was like, I just wasted 30 minutes of my life for this. And yeah, for some reason, I just kept playing. I was like, can't get enough. But I don't know what that was about. But dude, Pragmata, man. I do really love it. I'm going to pass it off to you guys.
The only other thing that I would add is like we were talking about the REMs a bit. And one of the things I love is that after you unlock REMs, you'll come into the shelter and Diana will just be running around using the different REMs like randomly, and she'll start talking about specific ones. One of my favorites is the skateboard, and she's like laying on her stomach on the skateboard, rolling around the floor. It's great.
I didn't even get the skateboard.
That's really?
I can get all these. Yeah.
There's a couple that I unlocked that were really fun. And I want to let you guys unlock them, but there's a lot of those REMs, and I kind of, and like I said, I went back and got everything before I moved on. I made a point to just find all of them before I actually jumped into the end. So I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it because it's you see a lot more of Diana's personality, and since that's one of the keys to this game being so great in my eyes, it just made more of that. It made more of that. So.
Sorry, game as video game. Yeah, it's a video game.
Man. It's all good.
I know. I had told Geoff before he asked me on here. I was like, oh yeah, no, dude. I was like, this is great. I had a write-in question, and now I just get to ask you. So when I'm playing Pragmata, I think about this game being a video game. A couple other games that come to my mind when I think of a video game is A Plague's Tale, Requiem, and Innocence. I think of Space Marine 2. I think of, I don't know if maybe I'd put Recore in there. I don't know why that game's sticking out in my head.
I think Recore would, yeah. It's not a good one, but it's a
right. So
I put Ninja Gaiden's in there. Like Shinobi, the new Shinobi, I'd probably put in there.
Right. Yeah. That would be a good call out too. But yeah, when I'm talking to you guys, I know you guys know exactly what I'm fucking talking about. But if I'm talking to a friend of mine who's the Call of Duty basketball player or football player, whatever,
the gun and ball crew,
guy and ball, yeah. So like,
bro games.
If they ask, what the hell does that mean? A video game as video game. What is the definition of that? How do you break that down in like the best way possible? Because the best thing that I can come up with is something that is structured, like you can see through the structure of this game, how it's built. You can see where it's like, okay, there's that big red button on the wall. If I hack that will open this, and then I'll go through. So it's like, to me, I think it screams, okay, hey, I'm about ready to come into a big round room. I know shit's about to go down, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that has to be a necessity for me when I'm thinking of what a definition is. Outside of that, what do you guys think?
For me, it comes down to like the basics of gaming before they went too convoluted and cinematic heavy, where it came down to like a simple gameplay loop that is always fun and very minimalistic. So it can still have like maybe a couple complicated mechanics here and there, but more or less, I can't remember what the guy's name is who worked on the first Halo, but he basically came down with the 30 seconds of fun theory. Have you heard about that? Like if you can make a game that basically has a bunch of different things you can do that up to 30 seconds of fun and repeat that for an entire game, you're going to have a good game. For me, that's that. It's not overly complicated. Like I love Crimson Desert. That is not a fucking video game ass video game.
Yeah.
Like, that is I play something like Evil West or like Pragmata. You're shooting, you're platforming, you're going through linear levels with a little bit of exploration, finding power-ups, and it's got the story is not the focus, but it gets the job done, and it's fun for the entire time. Most of basically the entire time. That's what mine. That's why I wouldn't put Requiem, A Plague Tale on my personal list of a video game as video game. But I could see that fits some of the criteria for sure. Just not personally for
yeah.
me.
No, I think that's a really good threshold of like when you start thinking about games that are going for all cinematics and trying to fully immerse you into a world or a situation rather than beat this level, you got your high score, move on to the next type of situation. So I think that's a great call out.
I look at it similarly, but slightly different than you guys do. Like for me, a video game as video game is like literally everything is that carrot. Everything. No matter what aspect of the game you're looking at, it's a carrot, right? So like I would not call, for example, Death Stranding. I would not call that a video game.
Oh yeah,
it's because the carrot for me is just the story. That's pretty much it. Pragmata, fucking everything is a carrot. Like finding new stuff is a carrot. Being able to make Diana happy is a carrot. The fucking gameplay is a carrot. Like just the ambiance and like the fucking visual and audio like sensations you get while you're playing is a carrot. Like all of it is a carrot. That's
what if
that's
I hate
the way
fucking
I look
vegetables, Chris?
Then it's fucking chocolate hanging on the string, okay?
All right, I'll
it's
take
chocolate.
that.
Cool. I need like a slice of pizza or some shit.
Yeah, bacon on a hook. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like those games that lead to us saying terrible distraction. That's
they're highest.
That is and it's every aspect. Every aspect is enticing. And it's hard to get that.
Yeah, and one other caveat I would put on mine, it's usually like 9 times out of 10, it's a game I could recommend to absolutely anyone I know who plays video games. That I think there is more than 1 or 2 things that they are going to really like about it, and like I can't do that with like Baldur's Gate 3. Fuck no, no matter how much I love that game, there's some of my friends who I just will not touch it.
Yeah,
with a 10-foot pole, like they just.
Plus, it's like a 160-hour game, and it's like I don't know if you have the patience, right, dude?
Exactly.
So
15 hours, 12, 15-hour games, something like that, something along those lines. Persona, no, not it's like
I'm with Fraser with having to like live through you guys vicariously of playing Crimson Desert because I think for me it's definitely the time sink issue.
And if you don't like exploration,
the
carrot is you do get good stuff, but it's not. Yeah, you got to put it in the
thing. Everybody's comparing it to Breath of the Wild, and I've never touched Breath of the Wild for that factor. I've seen enough gameplay that I'm like, I don't think this is for me. I could really see myself fucking with Crimson Desert in the Skyrim sense, but but I don't know. That's the thing is like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I could really fuck with that. I haven't played Cyberpunk 2077 because of the time sink thing, and that's not because I don't want to or I'm not interested. So I think that's where my issue starts to come into line is where's my backlog? What like Grand Theft Auto 6, when that comes out, I'm definitely going to try to commit as much as I can. But even at that, I mean, dude, I was on medical leave for Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, I had 2 months of medical leave when that game dropped. It was all Red Dead that entire time. Morning to night.
All the time.
And man, I got hundreds and hundreds of hours into that game. So one of the best games ever. And I don't think I would think of it that way if I didn't have that opportunity. I think if I was coming home and only had an hour with it or something like that, I don't think I'd fuck with it as hard. You know, those games are about fully living in that world, you know?
They really are. Yeah. You're not wrong.
I think so last year, I feel like there were that come off the top of my head, there were 2 games that I would consider video games. And it was Expedition 33 and Yote. Those are the 2 for me.
I wouldn't even give either of those 2.
See, I wouldn't have thought that either. I wouldn't have thought that either. I would have thought those
because for me it's that every aspect thing, like every single aspect.
No, I know for your definition. I couldn't.
Yeah,
I would go like Ninja Gaiden 4 or there was another one that came out last year. I'd have to look at my thing.
I guess it really depends on just like who you are, but you know, everybody understands what you're saying.
Yeah,
but everybody's like definition of video game is different. So
it's hitting all the check marks, and it's hitting
we know what we're talking about when we say it.
We know that's right. Yeah. We understand.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do we want to do news, or we want to do Amy's email first?
Oh, is there anyone? Is Nathan have anything else he wants to talk about?
Oh yeah, did you have any other?
We don't.
We talked. That's all.
You guys are just talking.
That's a show, baby.
Pragmata is all that matters.
As long as you don't bring up Final Fantasy Rebirth, we're good.
It's shit. So I played 1 chapter of Replaced. No, I played 3 actually. It's a very, very good game. I really like it. I'm fucking with it a lot, and it's surprising me how much speaking of other games in my top 10, Arkham City and Replaced is surprisingly scratching that itch that I've had for an Arkham game.
Okay.
And I love it so much. However, I am so torn between games right now. And after fighting that first boss at the end of chapter 3, I'm like, I think I'm going to have to put a pause on this one. It's that thing of like, I've eaten too much right now. I'm full. And if I keep pushing myself, I'm not going to like this game, or I'm going to burn myself out on it. And I don't want to do that with this game. It's special.
Only thing is the reason you're saying that is because you thought that boss was really hard.
No, well, yeah,
because I've seen a lot of people have a lot of problem with that boss, and I could say that is by far the hardest boss in the game.
Really?
Outside of there's a stretch of some stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned that last week too, right?
Yeah. So if that's a deterrent, I would say keep pushing on. If it's something else, then I can't really help you there.
It was a little bit of like, oh geez, I just spent like multiple hours on 1 chapter, and then I've got all this other games that I want to be playing right now. So it was a little bit of both of those things. And I'm like, if I keep pushing myself to get in the mood for Replaced over Pragmata, I'm going to kind of have...
No, I prioritize Pragmata for sure.
Yeah. So, and not to mention, dude, we are 3-4 days away from Saros, and I am beyond stoked for that game. So yeah, there's just too much going on right now. But, and then what was that you said about Rebirth? I shouldn't.
No, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it.
So I've been, back in February, I still had some time before Requiem came out, and Requiem, I was counting down the days. And I remember I was having one of those moments where I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to boot up. I'm like, fuck it. If I don't boot it up now, I'm never going to boot it up. So I started Final Fantasy 7 Remake. This is my first time with Final Fantasy 7.
Like in general?
Just period.
Oh, shit.
Now, Final Fantasy outside of that, I played Crisis Core on the PSP, and I played 16. So those were the only 2 games that I had played. I even played
wow.
One of those is significantly better than the other.
Hey, I really like Final Fantasy 16. But yeah,
that's the one that's better. What are you talking about?
Really? Oh, I thought we were talking... Okay, dude.
16 is fucking fantastic.
Oh, 16's amazing.
16 is the first time I've beaten beaten and enjoyed a Final Fantasy since like 8.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Okay, dude.
I beat 13, but I didn't enjoy it very much.
I always hear the opposite, that everybody loves all the other ones. 16's just not it, fam. And I'm just no, 16's amazing. I am noticed. The one comparison I'll make is I'm kind of in and out. I'm 1 foot in and 1 foot out on the side quests. I revisited 16 back in this January to do the DLC.
Okay.
And the thing about 16 was, and 7, is just the fact that they feel fetch questy. Yeah. And I'm kind of not vibing with that.
Rebirth is worse on
Rebirth? I was going to say Rebirth.
Yeah.
Rebirth is far better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebirth is far worse on that than 16 is.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I will say is at least it gives you a world that you feel that is very lived in, and you do care about these random strangers on the side of the road. So there is that aspect of it, which is why I say I'm 1 foot in on it. However, on the same side of that flip coin, I'm just like, what am I doing? I don't need any fucking wind materia. all of them. Just
okay.
16, Rebirth, and 7 remake.
I don't like the way Rebirth does the side stuff. That's the thing. I don't mind what the actual quests are. I hate the fact you can't finish them in the order that you want to do them. Like, you can't finish a quest line in an area. Sometimes you have to go to the total next area, and then they call you back to the previous one. I'm like, oh fuck! Like, I like forward progress and just going. I just don't like that. And I know I said I would stop bitching about this, even though I have it pre-ordered for the Switch 2, and I probably will replay it or at least give it a try again. I loved it. The main story quests and Rebirth, fucking fantastic. But I just loathe the side quest structure.
Yeah, see, I actually, because Rebirth is so long and because this year's just packed of games, I just decided, fuck it. I've experienced it. I know what they're about. I could do without them. So I have just been mainlining this shit, and I'm like, I'm okay with it. I'm having fun. It's not, I don't feel like I'm missing out.
There's probably some of them that you probably want to go back and mess with. Like there's some like that have their own little like good stories associated with them. But but a lot of those side quests you could probably just like leave.
7 remake, I did all of them. I did every single one. I think I must be missing 1 or 2 because the achievement or the trophy didn't pop. So I would assume that I missed something there. But with Rebirth, I haven't been caring hardly at all about any of the side quests just because I know it's so much bigger. But the thing that I'm excited to talk about this game is I've never seen anybody describe this. And if they had described this way before, I would have been playing this game on day one. This game is scratching a Dragon Age itch for me. The combat is basically, if you play in classic mode, it is Dragon Age combat, Dragon Age Origins, not Veilguard Origins.
Yeah, Origins.
That's really speaking to me, and I'm really vibing with it. And my favorite part about this game is just the simple fact of switching in between characters, like going into combat, being able to switch a different leader into combat, and I want to start out as Tifa. I want to mix up the gameplay a little bit. This is feeling stale starting out as Cloud all the time. So now I'm going to be Tifa. Now I'm going to be Barrett. I'm going to switch back and forth. And they all feel great in their own way. Barrett's a little bland at his combat. I mean, it's just a gun.
Yeah,
but
he doesn't have
the moves and fluently being able to swap back and forth between all the different characters is so much fun. And I love the options you can make. Like Geoff, I know you were saying you turned it down to real easy so you could blow through it with 7 remake. Yeah, I did it to where it's like I had unlimited magic. I didn't want to worry about that. I was like, screw that. Like, let's just use all the spells we want and not worry about it.
For the remake, for the re-release. Okay. Yeah.
So like I did that and I love that.
Let's try and make it closer to a video game. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And then but with Rebirth, they did away with those options, so I was really bummed about that.
That's new to the remake. They released that came out with the Switch 2 version that they patched into the new one. So I'm sure, I think they're bringing those into Rebirth in June when Rebirth comes out for Xbox and Switch 2. Yeah.
Okay.
They said they're going to have the same stuff in that, but it won't come until then.
Because the way this conversation was going to end was me saying like, hey, with, Pragmata, all that stuff, I'm putting a pause on Rebirth again because
just wait until, that's why I'm going to play through it again because they're going to give you those options to make it more.
Everybody's going to be talking about it then too. Yep. Everybody's going to be talking about it.
Let me know when that happens because I'll go back and actually play.
Then you're going to go back and finally. Yeah. Because Chris never finished it. He didn't.
Really? Dude, I only got like 15 hours in, and like you guys said, like the side quests were just like, meh. I'm like, I just can't because like I have like a very OCD problem when it comes to quests. Like I want to do them all. So it's hard for me to just
good or not.
It's hard for me to get. I'm afraid of missing something. It's like so I gotta get past that. But.
Where'd you stop? Do you remember what was going on in the story?
Honestly, it was in that first. So, it wasn't that far in. Like it was literally on the way to the second big town, I think. So.
Okay. Yeah. So
it was super early.
I just now I felt like the beach section. I just finished that. I felt like that was a good stopping point. Like, just had like this little rest area. Now I feel like shit's about to go down.
You saw the bathing suits and you're like, I'm going to take a break.
Yep, pretty much. It's goon time. I mean, go time.
Yeah.
But dude, the one thing I'll say before we move on, because I know we got lots of Xbox to talk about, but the story aspects of it, like I said, Crisis Core was a game that was very special to me. I played it on the PSP. It was my favorite PSP game. Never forgot about it. Stories don't stick with me too long. Like, usually after a couple years, I'll forget about what happened necessarily and need to go back. Crisis Core, right? Never forgot. I'm like, okay, listen, I need you to bear with me. I was just a brain dead child, okay, who is just like, on my PSP, I had like my freaking Dorito fingers. I didn't have nothing going on up here, okay? So my whole life.
I never beat. I didn't have anything wrong with Crisis Core. I had it for PSP as well, but I never had I didn't finish hardly any games back then. So,
well, I spent my whole life waiting for a sequel to Crisis Core.
Well, you got a remaster or a remake of it.
And then it wasn't until the remaster came out I was like, oh really? I was like, all right, let's go. So yeah, no. So the thing story-wise is I'm really okay. How do I unpack this here? So Zach, right? I love that he's back and all this stuff. And I mean, that's not a spoiler because he's on the freaking cover of Rebirth, right?
Yeah.
But, this Cloud stuff. I haven't finished the game. I don't know where all this stuff's going to lead out. But, you watch the whole entire scene with Sephiroth burning down the village. And to my recollection, that was Zach. That was Zach who was there for that shit. And then Cloud's done talking about all this, and Tifa's like, no, Cloud, you weren't there. And so the whole entire, I don't know, somehow cloning comes into this. I'm just really anxious to figure out where the story goes from here.
Keep in mind, this remake is very much a remake. They're changing story beats for the 7 remake and Rebirth. They're changing things around. Like Zach's not even in Final. Is he even in Final Fantasy 7?
He's not.
OG.
He's not.
No, he just talked about. So it's like and there's other changes in Rebirth as well that are pretty drastic. So you're not even getting like the original Final Fantasy 7. So there's even stuff that I'm sure people who have played the original to death don't even know what's going to happen just because of how they're doing things. Yeah.
Okay. See, you had talked to me a little bit about that before, because one of the things that bothered me so much about the first game was the Cloud aspect and how much of an asshole he is. And like the fact, like the old man was like, here, could you take this key over there? He's like, yeah, for $5,000. Suck it, old man. And I'm just like, bro, what the hell? Like, do we really need to be that harsh?
Listen, we've all been there. Like, I mean,
in the keyboard.
Old guy comes up and asks you for help, and you're like, fuck you, man.
Yeah. I mean, cigarettes, asshole. Then I'll maybe give you.
It's just like, damn. And like, honestly, if I have any complaint about the game so far, it's just the fact of like the tonal shift in character development from 7 remake into Rebirth feels really off. Like, all of a sudden, Cloud's back to how I remembered him, and he's like cool now, and I don't have any issues. And then Barrett seems to be more solemn now. I don't know. Yeah. So I felt like that was a little off. Other than that, even with characters, again, Mass Effect's my favorite franchise, and I think the last time I've really cared about characters like this in a game has been maybe Expedition. So there are very few games I can say have great characters in it that make me come back for the game. Because even when I was feeling stale on the gameplay, I came back because I wanted to know the rest of the story. I wanted to be around these characters and just be in this world with these characters. So if I'm bummed about the side quests, it's just that I'm not spending more time with my girl Tifa.
In her bathing suit.
But I'll stop the Final Fantasy 7. Well, okay, hold on. I got one thing that's really, really, really bothering me about Final Fantasy 7, okay? Is Avalanche terrorist
group. Well, to the government, they are.
Yeah,
they think they are.
Yeah, but
I mean, they
in the same
technically
way
are. I mean, they
yeah.
kind of are. Yeah.
So they're a terrorist group the same way the rebellion is a terrorist group
in Star Wars,
right? So
see,
it doesn't mean they're the bad guys in this particular case. So
because see,
the
like
government
that
labels them as terrorists.
See that first mission when you like come out and like all these families are screaming and crying, "Daddy's inside the burning building," and I'm like, I don't feel good about this, y'all.
Well, that wasn't them though, right? Wasn't that? Didn't they blow it up themselves to make it go off like much bigger bomb than was expected? Basically,
yeah. They basically increased the yield of the bomb to make it seem worse than they wanted to pin more on Avalanche for the whole thing, right? So.
It was like the equivalency of like the 9/11 conspiracy, like those people that think that like it was like pipe or whatever. Like it's like that kind of thing. Like they did it to themselves, even though there was shit happening. They kind of,
Okay, that makes way more sense to me because I was like, bro, I just don't feel like the good guy right now.
No, it's like especially that scene, when you're walking through the city afterwards, you're like,
yeah, and I just never felt like they really addressed it throughout the game. So I was like, I don't know what this is, but yeah, no, that's all I had to talk about. Thanks for indulging me, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
No, it's fine. It's great.
Jeff, did you have anything else?
No, jack shit, man.
Okay.
I got to figure out. I have the fucking choice paralysis right now, and nothing I'm picking is sticking right now. So I'm gonna
I get it
with Pragmata till
I get it.
Like I want to start something new.
So
the only other thing that I have is Shantae. I streamed again this past week. Started up Shantae Advance, Risky Revolution, and got through the beginning of that and through the first like dungeon area. So continuing to go through the Shantae games. I talked at length about Shantae Risky Revolution last year when it came out on GBA. The big thing about this game, the actual like modern console release of it, is they give you the 3 different outfits that you can pick, and each outfit gives you like a big bonus to one of the like spells that she gets, which is kind of cool. So I picked the lightning one, so I've got like a extra power for my little cloud lightning puff dude. And it works out pretty well. But yeah, that shit's pretty good. I like it. And the first episode for that should be up probably around the same time as this episode, hopefully. Knock on wood. But yeah, it should. If you're listening to this, it should probably already be out. We'll do it again on Wednesday. Gonna keep going until I get through all 6 games. I'm having fun with it right now. So
good shit.
It's good stuff. But yeah, let's do it. What do we want to do? News or Amy's email?
Let's do news first, and then get to Amy's question.
Sounds like a plan.
There's a couple like little things we can briefly talk about before getting into kind of like the big hurricane that kind of came through early this week. So first, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. We talked about this last week, how they were going to have the reveal happening that week. They did have the reveal. It was like a 30-minute long kind of like showcase for the game. Announced the release date for July 9th. They showed a shitload of the game off. They had the voice actor for what's his face, Kenway. He was kind of hosting it, I guess. Coming July 9th for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. And what are your thoughts for those? I know, Nathan, you definitely probably watched this. I don't know about you, Chris. I think it looks fantastic.
I didn't watch it yet. I need to go back and look at it because Black Flag was the last one that I beat. Mm-hmm. It was the last Assassin's Creed game that I beat. So I don't know if I'll pick this up like out of the gate, but it'll probably end up on my shelf at one point or another.
Yeah. I watched all of it. I don't understand the RPG, them taking that out of it aspect. Do you know the details to that, or is that just
what
something?
Do you mean? Because Black Flag didn't really have an RPG aspect to it. I don't.
Okay. I mean, I don't know because I've just been seeing people say that online, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell these guys are talking about.
Yeah, unless they're thinking like, are they people who only played from like Origin onwards? Maybe
so. Maybe that's all they're talking about.
And they just assume because Black Flag was very like. Just like story driven, basically. Like,
yeah.
you didn't really have any character. Like, you've got new skills and stuff like that,
Mhm.
like while you played, but it wasn't like Origin or Odyssey or even Shadows.
More of an open world action adventure versus
Kinda,
an
yeah,
RPG
basically, yeah.
open world. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, my impressions are that I wasn't excited until I was very, very excited.
Yeah, that's kind of like where I was too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to go and look at our league, and I'm like, who got that? By the way,
It was Husky.
It was Husky. Of course, it was
It was
Husky.
Yeah,
Husky.
Husky's
Yeah.
jumped on, and he had that
Husky.
early. I was like, I
Yeah.
remember when he picked that up, and I was like, really? Did he really got that? And I was like, because that was supposed to come out early this year, and then they basically came out and said it's not happening, or that it was like they were putting it on the back burner, put it on ice, and I took that as it ain't coming out this year. But Husky rolled the dice, and of course he got it.
Yep.
It's actually crazy. With each of my past 2 kids, there's been a brand new Assassin's Creed game that came out on their due date. Lo and behold, this is coming out on the due date of my 3rd kid. So
wow, that's crazy.
I've got a picture with me holding the controller in the loading screen of Assassin's Creed game with each of my kids. So I'm gonna uphold the tradition on that one.
That's funny.
But,
Nice.
The thing that really stuck out to me about this was the inclusion of things. The way that they are not necessarily taking as great of liberties with Final Fantasy as remaking the game, but also not just simply making it look better. Here's a whole bunch of new characters. Here's a whole bunch of new shit you can do with your ship, ways that you can do combat in your ship. We are overhauling the combat system. We are adding in new storylines and new characters,
quest lines
new
and
historical figures. There are just all these things that they're adding to the game at $59.99, not at $70. Deluxe edition $70, and I think the collector's edition is a little unneeded. But
yeah, that thing's expensive, and I mean, I love the figure. The statue it comes with looks awesome, but yeah, at
$200, I don't know, man. But I agree, it is better than the one I have from the first one. But I mean, I think that's how you do it. I think that's how. Oh, can't forget the grapple hook, dude. That freaking scorpion hook.
Grappling swing. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh my gosh! So I am really stoked to get back into this.
Watch this video, man. Jeez.
Yeah, this is how you do it. This is how you remake a game, and I don't know. I wish more people were doing this.
It's a good way. It looks like it's going to be a good way to do a remake. Yeah, it's not just throwing, and it's an older game. I mean, it's 10 years old now, isn't it? Or more than that?
2014. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, it's kind of due for one, and it's probably one of their most liked.
It's one of the best ones they put out. So
very cool.
Good stuff.
Looking forward to that. Chris, you have one here. Sorry, so for Ball Pit, they're having a shadow update.
Yes, they're doing
do the sales pitch.
The sales pitch?
You don't have to do a sales pitch, really.
Yeah, I'm not going to do a sales pitch because I did quite enough of that last year when we talked about it. And Jason helped me out with don't get me started. But Ball Pit was on my Game of the Year list. One of the best games to come out, especially for $15. They're releasing a new free update that's going to bring new characters, new ball types, a new building, and I think a new endless mode, 2 new characters. So it's gonna be good stuff. So you guys can look forward to hearing that on my distractions list again. Actually, that comes out tomorrow. So next
week. Are they adding Wendy's to it?
Wendy's?
Yeah, Wendy's nuts come out. I'm sorry.
You're an asshole. Okay.
I was trying to think of a ball joke, and I couldn't think of a ball joke. And the only thing I could think of was there's got to be a D.
There's a new building. It's a Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Genuinely got me. Holy shit!
I didn't know where he was going with that. All right.
I didn't either. That's hilarious.
All right. Sorry. When did you say that was coming out?
Tomorrow.
I was too busy thinking of my terrible D's nuts.
about your D's nuts, yeah. But yeah, that's gonna hit tomorrow. So yeah, I'll certainly I'll probably be talking about that next week.
Nice. So I guess the big news. I think this dropped actually just after we recorded last week. I think it was on Tuesday. Microsoft came out and I don't think we didn't talk about this, right?
No,
I feel like it's so soon.
I was surprised.
Yeah, because that's right. The show didn't come out till after we recorded before the news, but the show didn't come out till after the news. That's why I'm kind of getting whatever timelines messed up. But yeah, so Xbox is lowering Game Pass monthly subs from 30 to 23. Basically makes their last increase basically go from, I think, 19 to 23 for Ultimate.
Yeah.
Instead of 19 to 29. But it does come with a caveat, though. They are removing Call of Duty from day one. So that's no longer...
It'll still be there, but just not day one.
Yeah, it's going to come a year later. They said around the holiday, probably, when the new one's coming out. They're gonna drop that in there. I personally think that's great because I don't really play Call of Duty. I don't think a lot of Call of Duty players are Call of Duty buyers and Game Pass subscribers.
Probably
I think Game Pass subscribers play Call of Duty, but Call of Duty players don't necessarily have Game Pass. So I think they realize, shit, we can't cannibalize Call of Duty sales because we lose a lot of fucking money when that happens because the people who usually buy Call of Duty aren't subbing to Game Pass. And then the people that do have both, instead of getting both sales, they're not buying the game anymore.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird how the amount that you're saving per year,
and they're hamstringing their subscriptions too because they're including Call of Duty, and there's a lot of people that don't give a fuck, right? So
exactly.
I mean, I canceled right after they raised the price, and now I'm trying to debate whether or not I'm going to go back to it because in reality, it's like you said, Jeff. It's like they increased the price and then they dropped it again, but they didn't drop to what it was.
No,
they now PC Game Pass
Call of Duty.
PC Game Pass dropped as well. Right, it went from it was 12, and it went up to what was it, 15 or something?
I have no idea.
15 or 16, and now it's down to either $13.50 or $14.50 or something like that. So it's still more than it was.
I think that personally is a decent amount for Game Pass. I will still I'm not resubbing. I'm still going to go on a month now when a game comes out because I buy too many games that are already on the thing, so I don't know why I'm subbing to it, especially for the price that it was. So I don't care the reasoning. I think they should also get rid of the Fortnite tie-in and Ubisoft Connect and EA Play, but I'm sure there's contractual things there that they can't just drop that. That's why they went with Call of Duty first, because that's something that they control. They're like, let's cut that out. But elephant in the room, does this mean that they cut other first-party stuff down the line? Does that mean Elder Scrolls 6 is not going to be in Game Pass when that comes out in 2035? If Game Pass is even around, if we're even around then, the world, that's a precedent that I wouldn't put it past Xbox from doing. I don't think any of the newer games are going to have that issue. I don't think anything has that kind of cachet to not want to separate it. I've seen people say Fable doesn't have that. Fable is not on the same level as, not even close to those. Fable's barely gonna Fable is a popular Xbox brand, but it's not even in the top 5 or 10. The general public don't know what the fuck Fable is. So I don't think that one's leaving. Gears E-Day, I've seen people say maybe E-Day is not going to be in there. E-Day is going to be in there. Gears isn't what it used to be. It hasn't been what it used to be since 3. So I don't think that's something to worry about. I just hope, I still think they need to get it down to $19.99 to kind of, and let that ride for a while and see. But the reason all these what ifs are coming in is because an email leaked, I'm doing quotes because who knows if this is a leak or not, of Asha Sharma internal email, basically that they're going to revisit a lot of things. So they're going to revisit their stance on exclusives. They're going to revisit their stance on AI and things like that, which I can see why, because they lost a shitload of money on investing in AI in the last little while. Exclusives. This is the meat of the conversation here, I think, because this is a very nuanced conversation.
And the that's where I feel like Microsoft was kind of letting go of some of the advantage they had. It's like the exclusives are a part of your advantage. You need to keep that in mind. What's the biggest advantage the PlayStation has? It's that they have really good exclusives, right? Yeah. So you need to take advantage of those exclusives when you have them, even if you are putting them out on PC too. the the Xbox exclusives on PC were the reason that I had PC Game Pass for a couple of years, right? So you know, that's an important piece, and seeing a lot of their stuff coming out on PlayStation, it feels hard to take for some like some diehard Xbox people, I'm sure. You know,
yeah,
but
I'm sure there's people fucking crashed out when that started happening, for sure. Like like grown ass men like crashing out hard. Like, Nathan knows, we saw it happen like in the Jesse like
oh
groups like
god,
that, and like even like on Twitter was even really bad.
Yep.
It was just like, guys, like it's not that, it doesn't affect you in the fucking least bit. It does affect Microsoft, of course. Like they saw their console really like slow down to basically not selling at all.
Yeah.
Because why would you? Like if you go out there and you don't have a Series X or a PlayStation 5, and I'm not going to mention like PC is its own thing. Like I'm kind of trying to keep it strictly to consoles for people like myself who, and there's a lot of us, like we are still probably the majority of like people that game obviously game on consoles. Obviously the people who game on consoles are the majority of people who game on consoles, but there's a shitload of people out there who don't look at a PC as an option for whatever reason. They don't want to spend that money, they don't want to deal with all the stuff that goes with ordering a PC. So it really comes down to one or the other. Why would you ever buy an Xbox if you're putting all your games on a PlayStation 5? Mm-hmm. Like, why would I just want to play Fable this fall? Why wouldn't I want to play Fable and Wolverine? Mm-hmm. Or Gears E-Day and Wolverine? So even when there was the whole argument of when Sony was putting their games on PC, that still doesn't affect anyone who doesn't have interest in PC gaming. It still comes down to that same thing. If you don't have your games exclusive to your console, it doesn't fucking matter. It matters to the other side. You're pushing people to the other side, not your own side. And with them announcing Helix, and they're kind of going back. Part of this whole thing that happened this last week, they dropped this is an Xbox branding. That's gone, which is great. They brought back the old logo, the color green. They got rid of like the white and like the standard white, which looked really corporate. Which I think the pandering to Asha Sharma is a little bit crazy. Sorry, my cat's up here. She might just all of a sudden jump on the laptop. So anyway, but the glazing of her and this whole like new Xbox that you're seeing on social media, let's take it back a couple steps, guys. It's not there yet. It's a lot of talk, and it's a lot of what ifs. And so far, even the what if doesn't put Xbox in any situation that was better pre-putting their games on Sony, because it still is just what Xbox was before that, which I don't think really helps them unless they also don't port everything to PC day one, because you're not getting even those people to even think of getting a console, whereas you probably are going to get people, not a lot, because PC people love their PCs, but you might get a few that buy PlayStation 5 for their exclusives because they're no longer coming to PC anymore. Well, supposedly, like it's not been officially ruled, but it looks like they're not going to. No. I don't think there's any Yote announced or anything like that for PCs.
Not yet, yeah.
I don't think it's going to either.
Yeah, I think it's a good step forward. Oh my god, it's a good. Someone else.
I don't know. This is more entertaining. I just want to see more about the cat. Let's see what happens here.
Jeff's been watching this cat above his head and just waiting for death to encircle him. No, I'm inclined to agree with Jeff here. I don't think that anybody on PC is moving over to Xbox for anything. It's a hard sell to get them to move to Switch too, and that's a game full of exclusives. It's hard enough to get them to switch over to PS5. I mean, there's a couple guys in the Interactive Distraction Discord that sold their PS5 and they're good. Like they're just sticking with PC. So, I feel like you're right about that one. I've always been an advocate for wanting Halo and Gears out to be on all the consoles, on PC, on Xbox and PlayStation, because while Master Chief is the face of Xbox, there's also that thing of this is a live service game. Halo Infinite fucking died. Okay. I mean, they held on for dear life for a long time, and they ended up being fine, but they were originally going to be in service till 2029. 2028 is, I think, what they originally said that they were going to keep.
Like a 10-year lifespan or something like that.
Yeah, and it definitely didn't stick to that. So here we are. I'm just saying, more players equals a healthier game. And I love Halo so much, and I love Gears of War so much. I want to see those games healthier. I want to see those games thrive and do well. If you're out here bitching about Halo and Gears being shared with other people, you are just console warring, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I just think that's all it is.
Yeah, you pretty much are.
Because at the end of the day, the only people it really helps, it certainly doesn't help the games to stay exclusive, and it certainly doesn't help the players, right? But it does help Xbox as far as, if we are doing the console warring thing, and like Geoff just perfectly put it, it's like you just gave up your last reason to keep people in your ecosystem. Because when all this news broke out this week, I was looking back. I am the hardcore Xbox guy, right? Original Xbox, that's all I played on. I got the Xbox One, didn't get the PS4, all that stuff. So ever since that news broke this week, I've been thinking back to just these past handful of years in this whole console generation, and thinking hard on the fact that, man, they have tried so hard to sell me on the fact that I don't need this shit.
Yeah.
Xbox is everything, and honestly, I don't need to be on it.
Honestly, one of the most tempting things that they've done is tell me that their next system will likely be able to have Steam on it.
Yeah.
I think that's a fantastic thought process right there, because that's also makes it like it puts you in a different position altogether, and basically catering to PC gamers at the same time. So I think that's a fantastic move. And I think that basically taking Game Pass down, taking Call of Duty off, which is fine, and then trying to reel in some of those exclusives again, that puts that, along with what they're planning to do with the next piece of hardware, I think that definitely puts Xbox back on the map for me. I don't have an Xbox Series. I never got one.
Don't need one.
Yeah, it's literally the only game system that since the original NES that I haven't gotten. The only mainstream game system since the original NES that I haven't gotten, because exactly what you said, Geoff. I don't need one.
Yeah. I think they do, if they want this new box to succeed at all, I think they have to pull the exclusives from PlayStation. And I've seen a lot of people say they can't put the genie back in the bottle. The fuck they can't.
Sure you can. At least at least what they could do is do it the way PlayStation is doing it, where it's it's at least a year before it comes out on PlayStation. Then you're still allowing people, at the minimum, because then you're still allowing more gamers to get it, but you're also getting those people that want the early adoption and that want to jump into the new Xbox ecosystem and that kind of thing. So
they need to, the one game that they have that they could do that for, there's two: Call of Duty, and which they will never ever make that exclusive, just because how big it is.
I agree. And that would be a bad move.
Would be really dumb, especially with how bad, I say bad relative how bad the last one did. It did not, it's the first time in a while that Call of Duty wasn't the best selling game of the year, new game of the year, and I don't know how many years. I don't even think it was in the top 5.
Wow.
The last one before that was, but this one wasn't. I think that's a combination of I don't think the Game Pass thing totally because Black Ops 6 was also in Game Pass, but this one just didn't review well, and a lot of people didn't like it. So all those people who are on the fence about Call of Duty every year, they basically said, "No, fuck it, I'm not buying it." So they didn't buy it. But Elder Scrolls has to be exclusive, because what else do they have? Halo's not it. Gears isn't it. Forza will get a lot of people, but they already announced that for PS5. That I don't think they can put back in the box. Anything that's already announced right now for PS5, they can't. I don't think they can go back on. If they do, there's going to be a lot of upset people, probably, especially for games that you can already pre-order. They would never do that, I don't think. But Halo's already there, Fable, and Forza Horizon 6. I think have all been announced for PS5. Gears is the only one that hasn't been. So that's might be the one we'll find out in June, probably, when they have their deep dive on Gears E-Day, if they don't have the PlayStation logo at the end, which has been part of their showcases recently. So that'll be interesting. I think that it's better competition-wise when it's healthier for the industry, when they actually going head-to-head and not pussyfooting around being like, we'll give our games to everybody, but we get nothing in return. Because that's the way it's been. Like, they're putting games on Switch too, which is awesome. They're putting games on PlayStation 5, which is awesome. But they don't get anything in return. They don't get sales from the console from it. They don't get any games from either of them coming to their console. And they're giving money to Sony and Nintendo because they get 30% of every game sold on their platforms. It's free money. Yeah. There's literally no pluses. So if this whole like renaissance and rejuvenation of Xbox is going to happen, it's going to take a long time. And I think they got to like stop the kumbaya shit that they've been doing for the past like year.
Yeah.
Because my biggest fear is it has nothing to do with where I'm playing these games. I buy, like we all do, we pretty much buy every console. Like Chris didn't get an Xbox because there's no point in him having one. I buy a PS5 and an Xbox because I don't have a PC. So they're literally the only option for me to play these are to get those, and Switch is Nintendo stuff. My scary thing is my library being just gone. Like if Xbox is just gone, where does my digital library go?
Right.
Like if they decide to just not do hardware anymore, like I can keep my Series X, I guess. So I would just have to keep that or whatever the new one is. But then it's just like one of those consoles I got to keep there. And in this day and age when everything's forward compatible, that just doesn't look fun to me. Same with any of the other ones were to die. Like if PlayStation were to die tomorrow, I'd be like, well, what the fuck? Like, that's the problem when you buy a bunch of shit on everything, because you don't like. I almost wish I just stuck to one platform, because then it's like it's all or nothing. Now it's like I have 3 ways this can go fucking sideways. So we'll see.
I mean, I think they said a lot of the right things this week, but like you said, like there's still such a long way to go. And at the end of the day, like trust has been broken, period, with that company. Yeah. And the thing that I feel a lot of people are falling for is like, oh, Asha Sharman, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's here, so she's going to save the day. It's like, no, bro, she's still got the same boss, man.
Yeah.
Like
still Satya Nadella.
Right now, it is.
It's kind of weird right now because they're kind of they're moving back the corporate direction.
Yeah. Like, hey, she's gonna have all these new ideas, and guess what? If those don't work out, then what? Because this is already kind of like last ditch attempt. And I mean, the only thing I will say so far is just the fact that, you know, hey, the Game Pass thing, great. That needed to happen. And I think you're right about the contractual obligations to the Fortnite pass and things of that nature. I think once that contract goes down, I could see it going down again. Possibly. If they got rid of those memberships, I could see them dropping it down again, since that's their new goal, is to lower it. And with the whole goal of getting new people on, and I have noticed, because as of like a little over a year ago, I dropped out. I started divesting from the ecosystem. Man, I started talking about that back years ago when me and you were podcasting on GSC together. And it's just slowly gone downhill. And like, I had to type it all out. I'm going to run through this real quickly because I wrote some notes before the show, but like, I'm just going to read it really quickly for time. But like, these are like all the small things that not just me, but all the core Xbox fanboys have departed for these reasons, because because I got to thinking, I'm like, no, it wasn't just the Game Pass price hike that had me divest from it. It wasn't just that. It was so many things. And I've still got my Xbox, thank God. I just procrastinated on selling it. So I'm actually really glad I still have it, because it seems like things are working towards getting better. Plus my kids use it all the fucking time. Anyways, real quickly, here's what I wrote down. The reward system got worse. It got so bad. It used to be like you'd see people online. I got controller. I got this, that, or the other thing. I would always like redeem for season passes and games. I was checking that more than my achievements of, you know, hey, I want to make sure I'm getting all the rewards out of what I'm doing. Xbox Play Anywhere. It's a hit or miss. Not, you know, if you're trying to be Xboxes everywhere, You need to have every fucking game on Xbox Play Anywhere, not just 1 or 2 or 3. Fraser just got burnt because he bought the Xbox ROG Ally X, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't realize my Xbox library wasn't on it. It's just the things that are."
He
Xbox
didn't know
Play.
that. Oh
No, he didn't know that. So he's like, "Well, shit." He's like, "I'm still having fun with it. Still, most of Game Pass is on it." So I'm like, things like that you cannot have, especially if you're making it your identity to be like, we're everywhere. And that kind of leads into the things that Xbox should be excelling in. They somehow seem to be behind on. How is it Steam, NVIDIA, GeForce Now is doing it better? How come I got a PlayStation Portal and that fixed all the problems I had with the Xbox Cloud, right? The Xbox app is a mess. Running from the website is not seamless. They shut down the Game Pass app. If you're going to use cloud streaming, you got to go to a fucking Google Chrome.
Really?
All my controllers that I had to play from my phone, can't use them anymore. I have to use an Xbox controller, and I have to get one of those stupid ass clips. That was a bad mess. Xbox Game Pass deals were gone. Used to get like sales on that. Xbox has seemingly stopped listening to users' wants list, aka like achievement improvements. Those been unexistent until now. So I can understand why.
Like she immediately, like a few weeks, they literally put in new achievements, like new graphics and new like stuff for achievements, and that was something that people have been begging for like 8 years.
Yes, this is free, dude. This is free, and it's like things like last year when they didn't do a year-end review. Like that's just like a freaking
so
shot to the foot.
Part of this, and this is another thing. This is going on a little bit long, but like the 180 people have done on Phil Spencer. Like now everyone's blaming Phil Spencer for all this shit.
No,
I think two things can be true. I think he probably had a lot of these ideas that Asha was having and trying to push for them, and he was basically being told no. And I also think he has something to do with like the shitty direction they were going. But one thing that they did before Phil was gone is they mandated a 30% profit margin, which is ridiculously high in any industry. In the gaming industry, it's like higher than I think it's like 15% higher than like any other company. And they skimped out on a lot of this shit. But I think when they realized how many people bowed out of Xbox Game Pass when that price went up and everything, they realized this is literally going to be impossible. It opened up some leeway for them to do things that was no added value to them, like no return on investment for them. Like the achievement stuff, they get no money for that. For the end of year stuff, they get no money. But now it's made some room where some of that stuff they can say yes to and have employees, like full-time employees, like work on stuff like this and not have to worry about it making a profit. So I think both things can I'm not saying she is like not doing good things for the company, but people I do think need to step back, and it's not like she is like the messiah that some people online are making her out to be. It's like she's getting a fresh start. They're going to let her do some things.
Yeah,
it's just the way it's gonna be.
And at the end of the day, like these certain things, they've neglected the core audience. And I
100%.
think this is them identifying that problem and addressing it like immediately. So they are making the right moves and they are saying the right things as to if they'll stick with it and if that makes them money. That's the question. Yep, exactly. But the last thing I put here was, controllers are junk. We've been asking for a V3 Elite controller for ages and nothing. But, ultimately the nail in the coffin was Phil Spencer saying on that special podcast saying, we want to grow our user base outward instead of upcharging our current user base. Proceeds to then take away Game Pass discounts, make rewards points a joke, put exclusives they said would never go to PlayStation on PlayStation, then put the price on Game Pass up by 50%, 100% up from its original pricing. Trust and good treatment of the core Xbox players completely mistreated and left with broken trust.
What do you mean by no discounts for Game Pass?
So you remember how it used to be like if you're signed up for Game Pass and you see a game's leaving, you got it on a discount?
Yeah, it's still like that.
Dude,
Here it is anyway.
Or there's deals and stuff. It's gone out of US.
Really?
Yeah.
I still see them like even on new releases, like if it's a Game Pass game, it starts at like 10% off or something.
I'll see just for you sales for sure.
Yeah, I definitely see those. Yeah.
Yeah. I've not seen like Game Pass discounts. Yeah.
I wonder if
even
that's
with
like a
like
regional
season
thing,
passes,
then.
it's weird. So I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just dumb.
I would check, but I don't have Game Pass anymore, so I don't think it would matter.
Mine runs out I think at the end of May, so I'll check. I'll check it out and see if it's still there. I think they still are, but I could be wrong.
I'm bumming off somebody else right now.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more of this down the road when shit starts happening. June is gonna be important. I think that's gonna be pretty telling.
Yeah.
That's a showcase for anyone listening. No E3. What do we call it now? Not E3.
No 3. I don't know.
No 3.
I don't remember. We thought of something, and then
somewhere of Keeley's. Yeah. So that's it. That's basically it for the news, I believe.
Yeah.
Shit.
All right.
So
you want me to read Amy's email?
Read Amy's email.
Sure. So we got another email from Amy, and she says, "Name a game that you have finished but could never recommend to anyone." And you actually did you put this out there for the community too, or no?
I did. Yes. Okay. Oh, I thought that's what you had pulled up. Sorry, I can pull that up real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So we do have a couple replies here, including one from Amy herself. So let's start with hers. She's saying, not counting crappy games that I've played just for gamer score. I don't do that anymore. Anyways.
Those were the days.
Back in the day when I bought my PS3, I was excited to get back into console games after many years of just being a WoW gamer. So I bought Final Fantasy 13, Heavy Rain, and The Last Rebellion. I played the first two and enjoyed them, but didn't know much about Last Rebellion other than it being a JRPG, my favorite genre. I'm not sure why I even finished it, but oh my goodness, it's pretty bad. I didn't have anything else at the time of getting my shiny new console, so endured the awful to keep myself off of WoW. Do not recommend. I don't remember this game. I think it's a Square game, right?
Last Rebellion? Yeah, I don't remember it either.
I've never played it.
The name sounds familiar. I've never played it either.
I can see the logo in my mind, though.
Or I might be thinking of Last Remnant, maybe. Maybe I'm getting those.
Last Remnant, I remember. That was, what was that on? Was that on Xbox?
360.
360? Okay.
It was one of those.
I can read Katanos. So he says, Rocky on Xbox, the knack was to circle around your opponent and throw haymakers. Do that and you beat the game. Also, Duke Nukem Forever. Really? Mission Impossible then 64. Going through virtual gaming library and PS1 to see what I can remember. So may add another. So he didn't add any more after that. But yeah, I Mission Impossible 64. I don't even know what that is. Like, is that a thing?
No, I've never played it either.
Okay. And Duke Nukem Forever, I heard lots of disappointments there. So I haven't either. I don't know. What do you guys think? I got a couple.
I got one off the top of my head, and that's relatively recent, and that's Scorn. I don't know if you guys remember that game.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was. That's one of those games too. I don't know. I think it was relatively early in this generation ish, and it looked pretty, and the puzzles were awful, and it was first person. The combat in it was awful, even though it was kind of like melee, not shooting. And I just kind of played through it just to see if any of it kind of made sense towards the end. And it didn't. And that's one of the few games that I would really like. If I were to recommend it to somebody, it would have like a caveat, like you got to like miserable shit. And I know there's some people who like this game. I know this guy Dan. I don't know if he listens to the show anymore, but I know it's one of his favorite games, like of this generation. I don't know how. But that's one I would I finished that I probably would not be able to. And I have the 1000 out of 1000 in that just because it was easy to get. And no, it wasn't easy to get, but you got it basically playing through the game.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
No, it wasn't like playing through the game was hard enough, but it wasn't like one of those things you just put in and play for like 2 hours and you get it. But no, it was just straightforward to get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
what about you guys?
I think a game being pretty. I don't know if I'd use that to describe Scorn.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's really gross. But yeah.
The first thing that comes to my mind is 12 minutes. You guys ever play that one?
Oh, that's
No.
another one. Yep. I will agree.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
game was a hard pill to swallow. I had my brother-in-law come over and I was like, hey, let's do this in one night. It's got William Dafoe in it. It's got, all these great people. I was like, it seems really cool. Oh my gosh. We both just wanted to like eat a brick.
Talk
Wow.
about
It
obtuse.
was so bad. So yeah.
I played that too. I forgot I finished that. I followed a guide the entire time because I'm like, I need to see how this plays out. And I would definitely not recommend that to anybody.
That's what we did too. We spent from 9 p.m. and I think it was 5 a.m. by the time we like hit the point of, I can't do this anymore. I don't know what this game wants me to do. Let's look up YouTube.
Oh, you gave it that much time. Holy
yes,
shit.
we gave it that much time. Like we
Wow.
spent almost the whole night. We like almost lost it. And we were just like, no, can't fucking do this anymore. And yeah, we spent way too long in that game.
Chris, have you seen that game or remember that game?
No, I don't.
It's
I
like
don't
an
remember
indie
that
game from a few years back. It might have been like during COVID times. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It looked really cool. It's got a really cool premise. Like,
yeah.
if you do everything right, you can beat the whole thing. And like, it basically takes place of a 12-minute span of this house, basically, and you got to figure out it's really cool on paper, but it's a dumpster fire when you try playing it.
Yeah.
What was it on?
It was on Game Pass. That's the only reason I played it. I think it was on everything.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came to everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
Outside of that, I don't know. I mean, maybe a Call of Duty here and there, or I will say, all right, Dragon Age 2. I'll say it. It's the one you don't need to play. I there's nothing about the story that I'd sit there and be like, oh yeah, you got to make sure you squeeze that in. And I was like, no, you're good. Play Origins and Inquisition. I think you've experienced peak of that franchise at that point. You don't need to play Dragon Age 2.
Veilguard is also good.
I would still recommend Veilguard.
I like Veilguard a lot. Yeah. I really do.
Veilguard's fun. Veilguard's fun. It's the characters I didn't fuck with that had me. Out. I just couldn't care.
Understandable.
Let's see. Mio.
Dude, you talked about that shit for like a month.
I know. I'm mostly kidding, but like that game does have some really weird design decisions that make it far more infuriating than it should be. Honestly, the only other one that really came to mind was Final Fantasy 13, which Amy mentioned. Like, I beat that game and it just didn't feel that good to me. I don't know what it was. Well, I do know what it was. Like the first 40 hours of the game were literally just going in a linear path, and if you wanted to jump
simulator.
The press up and press X simulator. Like you didn't there's a lot of cool stuff you could do with the combat, but you didn't need to do any of it. You could just fucking hit X the whole time and just beat everything. I don't like it. My joke was always that the game was they did like the trilogy, and it was like Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13. It's like, yeah, I would too if I had the chance. But yeah, I was not a fan. I was not a fan. The only other one that comes to mind goes way, way back, like PS1 days. I was working at the game store when the PS1 came out, and I was itching for an RPG. And the first one that came out was called Beyond the Beyond. And
I remember Beyond the Beyond.
Out of spite, I beat that game, and it was awful. It was awful.
I got one.
So, go for it.
Lair.
Did you beat Lair?
I think I beat. No, did I beat Lair?
I didn't beat Lair. Like, I would say Lair, but I didn't beat Lair.
Maybe I didn't beat Lair. I'd have to. I was gonna say I can't even check trophies. I don't even think trophies were a thing back when Lair came out.
No, they weren't. They weren't.
I don't know if I beat Lair.
I did not. That's why I didn't mention it. I did not beat Lair.
Okay, well that's one I would just never. I would just tell people not.
Just don't buy it. Stay away from Lair.
Yeah.
That was like probably the biggest disappointment of the PS3.
That's why we have the Lair Award.
Yeah, that's why we have the Lair Award.
It's not the worst game we played.
Did we give out the Lair Award last year?
I gave out my own Lair Award. I can't remember what it was. I'm not sure if you guys did as well.
Yeah. Good stuff. Thank you, Amy. We love getting your emails. Appreciate it. Let's see. Anything else we want to touch on before we wrap this up?
I don't think
I feel like that's a show.
Yeah.
Nathan, thanks for jumping on, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun.
It was fun. But thank you guys for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please tell a few friends about us. And we didn't prep this, so I'm not going to do what I usually do. But interactivedistractions.com will lead us to our Linktree, and you can get to our Discord from there. And if you want to support us, it'll also take you to your Patreon, and we certainly appreciate all of our patrons. But until next time, let's see how this goes. My name is Chris.
I'm Geoff.
I'm Geoff.
I wanted to see if it would work.
I wasn't sure if I always go last.
You always go last. You always go last. Yeah.
Shit. And I'm Nathan.
Yeah, but I didn't prep Nathan for that beforehand, so that's on me. That's on me. But you know what? We're gonna keep all this shit in because that's what we do.
What we do.
That's what we do. But yeah, thanks guys. Play your games, and we'll talk to you next week.
Peace.